don't want to mess with a vicious animal if it is in there. And I'm walking up here, it just felt like there was somebody just right behind me. Here's this big, almost square-looking rock just sitting in the middle of nowhere. So I'm not sure what makes that, but I'm sure it's something large and powerful and stings. Here's my first sign of civilization. It's just a piece of metal. Here's another can just laying there, a very old can. Part of a shoe, perhaps, or something? Maybe, I don't know. Here's that hubcap thing. Don't know what it is or why it's here. Oh, the spring, we found the spring. That metal we see in these washes, there's more right there. It's always a clue that you're gonna find something out here. I'll be goddamn, that's a structure up there. For sure. I'll be damned, it's a cabin. It's a freaking cabin. My God. 7:30 in the morning, Saturday, November 9th, 2024. I got a cool 56 degrees outside. It's brisk fall morning. We're heading down into the Las Vegas Valley here, and we're gonna be getting on the highway heading up north to the Desert National Wildlife Refuge. Saturday, November 9th, 2024, at the Desert National Wildlife Refuge. This is the same place we've come so many times before out here, and as you know, we are searching these mountains, these mysterious sheep mountains, for a man named Kenny Veach. 10 years ago, he disappeared out there. He walked into those mountains, disappeared. 10 years ago tomorrow, actually. That is his 10-year anniversary of his disappearance. His truck was found at the end of Joe May Road. He was a long-distance hiker, known to hike great distances, and one day he just went out there, parked his truck, left on a hike, and was never seen again. His cell phone was found by an old mine shaft, and that's the only evidence they have found of Kenny Veach. So without further ado, let's saddle up, begin this hike, and see what we can find out there today. Temperature show 48 degrees out here, and got about a 3/4 of a tank. I'm gonna run with it, so let's head out to the air down spot, let some air out of the tires, and begin the journey up Alamo Road. All right, so we just finished airing down. There's always a slim chance the onboard air compressor under the hood will crap out, so try to get the tires at about 24 PSI, and that's where we are today. So let's go ahead and put the valve caps back on and hit the road and start this hike. Morning, everybody. My name's Steve. These are my adventures. This channel is all about hiking, adventure, and most specifically the Kenny Veach mystery. So we're about 10 miles or so north of the old mine. So it's within the area that Kenny said he'd be hiking if he did continue on. We parked at the end of the trailhead. And like I said, as you can see, there's a campfire there. Way out there is Alamo Road, and those mountains off beyond the distance. See this first set of mountains, the second set of mountains? Between those two sets of mountains, that's the military area. It's basically no man's land. It's a military gunnery range, and we just don't want to go out there. But at any rate, that's what it is. So what we're gonna do now, like I said, we're gonna head out there towards the spring. I'm calculating about 2.5 miles, so I'm not sure how far we're gonna make it. And without further ado, let's do it. Let's head on out. Very remote area out here. It's extremely remote. It took about an hour to get out here, and like I said, that's about it. I'm not even sure we're going to find anything today, but it's just one stone that we're not going to leave unturned. So without further ado, let's head into this wash and begin the hike. Well, there's people, there's trash. I saw some broken bottles. There's a cigarette butt down there. It's pretty sad that people leave their garbage out here. But that's how it is. And that's also kind of why I don't give away location to a lot of these sites I go to. Looks like there might have been a sign here at one point in time. Possibly a trail here. Maybe people park there and hike out here. So you just never know what you're going to find in the desert. Sometimes you find absolutely nothing. Sometimes you find something really cool. But whatever it is, we're going to follow the apparent path out here, footprints. See if we can find along the way. All right, heading out there. Felt a little light for some reason, like I was missing something that I usually have. So it's just kind of weird. So we're gonna head back and see what I could be missing. Can you guess what it is? Well, I'll tell you what. For those of you that says there's no way Kenny purposely forgot his phone at this old mine, I say it's entirely possible because I just forgot mine. Let's proceed. Like usual, we're starting a slight uphill incline to this wash, which does make it a little bit difficult to start out with. Coming back should be easy. Now we've got the cell phone, That is of critical importance. That's what we take pictures with, and also the GPS to find back the truck. Now the Apple Watch I use, Apple Watch 9, does have a backtrack feature. So in emergency, I probably could use that to get back to our starting point. But for right now, if we stay in this wash, which you may or may not, I think we just follow the wash back to the truck, because I've got a pin there that shows us where it is. It's a very remote area, the sheep range out here, and not many people come out here, so you never know what we're going to find, if we're going to find anything at all. It's kind of a flat area here, created by flowing water. I think it's solid rock or some sort of a, maybe a limestone or something perhaps, but so it's created by thousands, if not millions of years of flowing water. And as you figure, water flows over here, just gushes over here, only a few times a year, if that. So it would have to take millions of years to create this this wash here. It looks like a dry riverbed. Looking over, there's a bluff up on the hill. Half expect to see some bandits come up there on their horses. John Wayne come up behind us on with his posse. It's kind of like an old Western movie or something. But this area here, southern Las Vegas, the Western United States, is where a lot of these old Western films are filmed, or based on their adventures. All right, I'm gonna check GPS in just a few moments to see if we need to just continue up this wash or take a side path somewhere. We've only got about a quarter mile to stop check GPS. You can see the rocks here and how they've been moved over time. Just kind of slate looking rocks, kind of interesting. Up ahead of us we got two spurs. One goes kind of this way and one kind of goes this way. So I do have a trail end marked that way. So it looks like there is or was or some sort of established trail. And when there's a spring, sometimes there's animals, there's people activity or something. So that's what we're gonna try to find. So we're gonna head up here. My goal is to get to that trail end, and we'll keep on going through this wash. This looks like it's getting even rougher now, and see what we can find. Any old mining activity or evidence of people, or heaven forbid, Kenny Veach or something related to Kenny Veach out here. Now, some other YouTubers, J Chuck and Jay Silverheels, have been posting videos lately by Kenny Veach. J Chuck comes out here, boots on the ground. Sometimes I think this guy is even more intense than I am for some of these hikes. He goes out there and just does it. But take a look at their channels for some more info on Kenny Veach. They got some interesting theories. Personally, have my doubts if he'll ever be found, or any evidence related to him will ever be found. It's just such a vast area that you could disappear out here and literally never be found. So it's hard to say. I really think the only way he's going to be found is luck. You've got to come out and do these hikes and just stumble on him, or his gear or belongings or something related to him. So you just never know. That's why we come out here and do these hikes. And I know you folks like coming out here and watching and sitting at home, drinking your favorite beverage and joining these hikes that I can assure you are fairly intense at times. Proceeding forward, you can see a lot of animal tracks. These, I would guess, are coyote, could be mountain lion. They look like paw prints. So clearly something's been coming through here on a regular basis. And this sand is softer on their paws than the rock, so it's no surprise they're walking through the sand, because it's easier, but they're leaving their tracks there. Back and forth, there's clearly something or a pathway these animals use. So this spring we're going to, more than likely there's a trough of water for desert animals, and that's maybe where they go. So we'll have to use extra caution once we get out there, if we do find the actual spring. All right, let me double check GPS. Hopefully we have to go cross country that way. All right, just checking the Garmin real quick. 78 degrees is the temp. Feels cooler than that, certainly feels cooler than that. 10 a.m. of course, 200-foot elevation. Checking our phone GPS that has the map on it, that's the way we got to go. So 1.37 miles to what I have mapped out as the trail end, over some rough terrain. and it is that way. So that's where we're gonna go. Just a quick technical note, I am using the DJI 2 or DJI Mic 2, and I have repositioned it to just above the first aid kit that's on my front of my backpack. So it's a little bit lower than it was. I did make some adjustments to the mic, so you should hear the sound crystal clear perfectly, and everything should be good to go. So sound issues should be a thing of the past for these videos, which is a good thing. And of course, we film our videos on the Hero 13 Black with the extended battery selfie stick / tripod. Now, we got that technical stuff out of the way. Let's proceed with the hike, keep on going. We just relieved ourselves and had a quick pee, and if you watched my videos before, you know why I call that out, because if I'm peeing, that means I'm hydrated. If I'm not peeing, I need to keep on drinking water. Just a little desert survival tip. And we're gonna be careful through this rough terrain here, because I don't want to step on or brush up against Cholla cactus, because we've done that several times in the past, and Cholla will get stuck in your feet and your boots, and it's like little hypodermic needles. It's some bad news. Looks like there may be a little bit of a trail here, but it's probably an animal trail, so it's kind of hard to say. My legs are a little bit tired, but I did have kind of a rough workout week. 2.5 or 3 miles every single day. Yesterday was a rest day, but I've been doing some light hiking most mornings to keep in shape, so probably could have used more than 1 day of rest, I guess, but that's fine. You know us, we don't rest very often. Little out of breath, just climbing this little small hill. Not mean I'm out of shape, just a little out of breath. But that's fine. These animal paths here look like a dirt bike trail, but it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not. I think it's just too well worn in the dirt where animals have walked in time. I think you bring mountain bikes out here, but not dirt bikes. Nothing motorized, basically. And even a mountain bike, this terrain is too rough for them. So boots on the ground is pretty much your only option. Unless you have horseback, which we don't. All right, I see a dig here. Something was digging here, a burrow or something. And I don't really stop and film every hole that I see that something dug, but this case there's some pretty decent sized rocks. So it'd have to either be a very large rabbit or a good sized coyote or even a wolverine, something to move this kind of material. So it's worth calling out, because just goes to show you that's what may be out here. Another little dig hole. And animals, once they hear, see, or smell you, are going to run the other direction. But we're so far out, it's entirely possible any animal out here may never have seen a human being before. And I'm sure that if there's a spring, people have been out to it, but very, very few. I mean, very few. I'm not even seeing the evidence of civilization out here. But you get a little farther, you never know. I've been deep before and found some strange things. So we'll just keep on hiking and get to where we're going, watching where we're going, because this is a great example of Cholla, whatever you want to call it. And this stuff is serious bad news. This stuff will get in your legs, will get deep in your boots, and will require a pair of pliers to pull out. It's just really nasty stuff. And there's some more over here, so I'm just going to stay away from it. Anything else, I'll say Cholla is probably the worst out here. So you just got to keep your eyes open and avoid it like the plague. Okay, come across a burrow, animal burrow, and it goes way in there, and it's probably coyote. I don't want to stick the GoPro in there and end up getting bit or attacked, but it is pretty big, and I don't think it goes in very far, but it's clear that probably is a place for coyotes. That's the biggest animal I could think of that would be in there, that would dig all this stuff, and looks like there might be some crap right there too. But I'm not going to get too close to it. I could use the selfie stick and get in there, but I'm just not going to bother. I don't know how deep it is, or I don't want to mess with a vicious animal if it is in there. What we're going to do right now is we're going to head back into the wash, and where we got to go is up this way. That, I think, is where the spring is. And the wash should be a little bit easier. And the good thing about a wash is they sometimes wash material or artifacts down from further up. So if there's any evidence of people, we could find something in the wash here. We're kind of heading cross country. Check the GPS. We got to go up to basically that hill right in the middle, and there should be kind of a Y, and we'll go to the right, and then just up there is the trail end, and that might be where the spring is. But we've got to get to higher ground through this cactus forest, yucca forest, whatever it is, and that'll get us where we need to go. It's just a little slow going because it's so rough for going cross country, and I don't really know what we're going to find up there, so it's really hard to say. Expedition where we're looking for something specific, you always have a lot more motivation because, you know, you're going out there for a reason. But something like this where we just want to check it out, check out the spring, see if there's any evidence up there, not knowing what we're going to find. Sometimes it's just a little slow going is all. But that's fine. We'll just keep meandering through the desert, getting to the point I've got mapped out, and we'll be okay. It's just rough going because it's very rough terrain and it's all uphill, so it's really kind of hard on your legs. It's probably my imagination. I just keep like I'm hearing something or somebody talking just up on those hills. And I'm walking up here, it just felt like there was somebody just right behind me. It's a weird feeling. But we're so damn remote, that couldn't possibly be. I don't know, your mind plays tricks on you out here. Just never know. By the way, Area 51, it's about 35 miles that way. So we're not that far from it. That's just a guesstimate though. Might even be closer. By the way, just for the record, I did check GPS. Area 51 is 47 miles northwest of us, 47 miles. So it's still a ways away, too far to walk. But we're gonna keep going, trying to get to this spring, White Rock Canyon spring, see what's there, if anything. And it was just kind of rough going over this rough terrain. It's pretty much all uphill. Good news is, on the way back, we'll just be able to bomb through this like nothing. Okay. Up and over this hill and then off to the right. I do have freeze-dried food with me today just in case. Breakfast skillet is on tap. There's a great chance we'll be out of here before lunchtime, hopefully. So we'll save that for another day. We're making progress. On the clock, mile, 374 foot elevation gain, 38 minutes. So obviously we're going much slower than we usually go because it's all kind of uphill and rough terrain. But that's fine. We'll get there. I'll stop and check out anything unusual. Here's this big, almost square-looking rock just sitting in the middle of nowhere. I don't see any petroglyphs on it, but it almost looks like somebody put some clear coat on there or something. It's kind of strange for this rock to be sitting here in the middle of nowhere. Almost a perfect square shape. You had a couple hundred of these, you could build a pyramid or something. But yeah, just weird that it's here in the middle of nowhere. At any rate, we've got to get to the top of this hill and over, and then off to the right a little bit, and that should hopefully get us close to the spring. Sweating a little bit. weather is, if it makes sense, warm but a little bit cool in the air. So if you're just standing here in a t-shirt, it's probably good t-shirt and shorts weather. Although I wouldn't wear that on a hike. But the weather is pretty good for hiking. If anything, I'd like it a little cooler. So we're working up a sweat and exerting ourselves. But that's fine. It's weird, I almost caught a whiff what I thought was vehicle exhaust, but obviously that's not the case. It's just strange smells, sounds, whatever, out here in the desert, in the sheep range. And some of it's your eyes or your mind playing tricks on you. Alrighty, making progress. Alright, looks like we came up quite a ways, but 442 foot elevation gain so far. Not that much. Here's another one of these large insect burrows compared to my foot size. So I'm not sure what makes that, but I'm sure it's something large and powerful and stings. And I don't want any part of it. So we're gonna keep going. A lot of holes, animal burrows here. Early November, this is the tail end of tarantula season. So it's a good possibility there are tarantulas in many of these burrows. Or even hiding in some of these bushes during the day and coming out at night. I haven't seen tarantulas this season, but these usually come out after dark. But I can assure you they're out here. There's a lot of them. We run into them occasionally. Not too much during the day, but you never know. All right. Top of the hill, overlooking a small valley. And where we have to go is off to the right, I believe. Looks like some greenery up there, so it could be the spring. So what we're gonna have to do is make it down here. I think on the way back we just follow the wash the whole damn way. Make it down this hill, probably over there somewhere, in this little valley here, and then straight up and off to the right. That's where we'll have to go. There's like a hawk up there flying. Absolute dead silence out here. It's actually kind of nice. Just nothing. Completely silent. Aside from me talking. Oh, 10:30 a.m. I'm almost ready for a snack. Still a little early for lunch. Which way do I want to go? Trying to find the easy way down. I'm sure there is one. I think about just going right down here. Just saying screw it, just going right down here. All right, I guess that's what we're gonna do. I know you guys like these hairy situations we get ourselves into sometimes. This isn't too bad. These Garmon boots I have been fantastic so far. I did get a blister one time, but I'm going to chalk that up to over tightening the boot. But right now they feel fantastic. So, tennis shoes of the desert. There's probably animal poop. I'm guessing bighorn sheep. These pellets here. And looks somewhat recent, I guess. I don't know, hard to tell. But not too care about poop, but just tracking which wildlife may be out here. You ask about wildlife, what wildlife? I said, well, I haven't seen a whole lot of wildlife. They usually go to hiding, but I do see their poops and their burrows, so I know they're here. Coyote, bighorn sheep, wolverine. I believe there are wolverine. I did see a wolverine once. Farther north towards Tikaboo Peak. And wolverine or badger, I'm sorry, not wolverine, badger. And so there are badger out here. And they burrow as well. So like that coyote burrow we saw back there, that could very well have been a badger burrow. And sticking a camera in there probably would have been the wrong thing to do because those little suckers get mean. Just to kind of give you an idea where we are. If you remember our last video, which was, what was it? Legend of the Lost Truck. We are almost 5 miles west of that location where we were. So still in the same area. Sheep Mountains, foothills of the Sheep Mountains. Just a different part of it, but it's kind of close, 5 miles west of that area. Still a very remote area out here. Okay, I just checked GPS, so that we're supposed to go this way. Because I see like some trees or brush up there, that could be the spring. But the point I mapped out for the trail end is this way, and that's where I'm gonna go. It's snack time, not quite time for lunch. Chex Mix is what's on tap today. We're gonna have some Chex Mix and just walk and snack at the same time. And yes, I will be taking our trash out with us. I just kind of took a break in place and they finished that Chex Mix. Hit the spot to feel a little bit better. My legs are a little bit tired because it's an uphill grade and it's rough terrain. But that's fine, we're getting closer to the point where I have mapped out. And all it is the trail end. So we'll see it's there. And we may or may not double back over there if we don't find the spring. Here's my first sign of civilization. It's just a piece of metal. That's all it is. But it just goes to show you that where there is something man-made, there is something where man has been. And here is, what's this? A party balloon. Beautiful. Desert Janitor strikes again. Oh well. I caught so much heat from you guys for not picking up these party balloons. Every time I see one, if I can, I try to pick it up. Now, that piece of metal was not from a party balloon. That was from something else. And like I said earlier in the video, these washes are good to walk up because they wash debris and material down from farther up in the hills. So if there is evidence of somebody up there or something, you may see some clues in these washes. Small pine tree. Start seeing these at higher elevations. 658 foot elevation gained, 1.57 miles and a little over an hour. So just because we've only gained a few hundred foot elevation doesn't mean we're not high up there. Last time I checked, we're, that's what Garmin says. Trip computer, scroll through here. 5837 elevation. So we're not low, we're not high. We're getting up there. We'll check GPS shortly. I'm not seeing anything here. Once we get around this bend, we'll have a better idea. And the only thing I marked out is trail end. Because on Gaia GPS, I think it was Gaia, and of course they're not showing on my version of the maps on the phone, but it was on the PC. There's a trail mapped all the way out here, and the trail ends somewhere up here. So for some reason that trail is showing on Gaia, and the ending is up here. I don't know what that means, but we're fixing to find out. Probably just right up here somewhere. 0.40 miles up this wash. Another little piece of metal. Just a little rusted piece of metal from something. So there was some activity up here at one point. And that's just a little piece of it that's washed down here, a little tiny piece of metal. So it could be a can, it could be a shack or something, I don't know. But where we see clues like that in a wash, oftentimes they lead to settlements or something where somebody was at one point, artifacts, and that's what we're trying to find. Just traversing this rugged terrain, trying to get where we're going. Okay. All right, this is an even better sign. There's a complete can, an old sardine can. You can see the little key there. Used to peel it back. Trash like this is really promising. We're gonna find something up here, so I'm gonna leave it here. No reason to take it with us. We're gonna proceed on, and hopefully we'll find something cool. If we're lucky, we'll find a mine or something. Making progress, heading into this trail end point I have mapped out. Here's another can just laying there, very old can. So if there's any evidence of people out here, it's going to be very old, which is exactly what we want to find. As you've seen in our past videos, any old artifacts or mines, cabins, or whatnot close to Las Vegas are easy to get to, are typically vandalized, pillaged. They're not even worth visiting anymore. People just don't really have respect for history like that. So my holy grail is to find something that nobody else has seen before. Something untouched for hundreds of years. That's what I want to find. There's another piece of metal down there. I'm not going to walk down to it. It looks like it might be an old expanded paint can or something. I told you these washes, they wash debris and stuff down from up here, so who knows what we're going to find if we keep on going. I kind of have an idea where I want to go. There's something, I don't know what this is, some rubber? I can't really tell what that is. Part of a shoe perhaps or something? Maybe, I don't know. What do you think? Is that part of a shoe? Comment down below. Whatever it is, it's extremely old. Shoot, almost lost my balance there. That's why you got to be careful out here. Looks like something was stepping here. A person, an animal. I'm guessing sheep, something with some weight behind it. Look in these little side canyons for any evidence. And you know what? I'll be goddamn, that's a structure up there. We may have come to an old mine. Holy cow. God does not build in set patterns. We may have found an old mine, friends. It looks like a structure or something up there. Wow, this trip may not be fruitless after all. I'm excited. Okay. It looks like a train track or something, maybe. I can't tell what it is up there. Man, wouldn't it be a hoot if we found an old mine? I do have flashlights. Always have them with me. That's definitely a structure up there. More metal. Told you. That metal we see in these washes, there's more right there. It's always a clue that you're going to find something out here. Oh, that could be an old mine up there. Okay, let's keep going. Piece of wood with some nails in it. I was not expecting this. It's got to be a mine or something. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's something here for sure. I'll be damned, it's a cabin. It's a frickin' cabin. My God. We found an old cabin, friends. Okay. Jeez, we found a frickin' cabin. There's a burn barrel. I can't tell if somebody put this here or this actually grew here. Here's the door. Oh my God. Holy shit. Okay, let me try to move some of this stuff away and get in there. Okay, I have not been inside yet. I just want to climb up here and get a better look. But it looks like that was the satellite messenger. I just reported a woodchuck that I found a hidden cabin. This is extremely old, and dilapidated, but somebody built a hidden cabin here, and the entrance is blocked by this bush, so I'm gonna have to find a way to get inside. But I want to look at it really quick and see what else is around here. There's some debris down there, and yeah, we're gonna go check it out right now. All right, there was this flock of birds that took off quick and fast from that direction to over there, almost like something scared them, which makes me nervous. Traversing these rocks here, like I said, there's the stovepipe, looks like it's collapsed. Debris down there, which we'll check out in a little bit and see if there's anything over there. But this here almost looks like concrete, but it's not. It looks like it's fairly secure to walk on, though. Rodent droppings. Yeah, this is extremely old cabin. My gosh. I was not expecting to find this at all. Definitely not. Okay. I don't know if it's worth going in there, but I am. I'm gonna move this bush aside. I don't want to cut anything, and I like to keep it hidden so other people don't find it. But it's obvious. And I was just saying, I'm gonna find something nobody else has found. This is it. Clearly, nobody's been here in a long, long time. So, yeah. Let me see if I can get in there. Okay, I just dropped my pack here because it's gonna be a narrow squeeze in there. Making sure there's no animals or anything. I don't see anything obvious. I'm just going to be careful of snakes and such. But I'm going to try to squeeze through here. And it's going to be tough. I can move this freaking bush away. It's been so long since somebody's been in here. This bush is overgrown. But here it is. You're in the cabin before me. And we're inside. All right, wood stove. So far, no artifacts. It's low ceilings. Looks like a bed here. A stove, a bed. What was this? Just a metal barrel. There could be artifacts or something. Here is a circular thing. Grommet or something. Ow. Shit. Splinter or something. I should have been wearing my gloves. I know. My fault. My bad. Old nail. I'm not seeing a damn thing in here. Wood. It's weird because this wood looks almost new. I mean, look at this. That almost looks new, but it's not. The cabin is obviously very old. It's just well preserved. Look at this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't believe we found an old cabin out here that's completely untouched. No footprints, except for ours. Looks like they had some nails in the side of the mountain here. Could this cabin have been something Kenny Veach took refuge in 10 years ago? Could Kenny Veach have came here and maybe laid low for a while? It's hard to say. But this wooden stove has seen better days. I'm sure you can get it working again. Just looking in here, any kind of artifacts or anything. Maybe somebody hid something. I don't see anything. I don't think. I can't really tell. No. And I know this is careless doing this without gloves on. There could be snakes or other animals around here. But I just want to leave no stone unturned. Anything in there? I don't see anything either. And that's it. Okay. All right, folks. Piece of wood under there, nothing under the bed. I don't really see anything at all in here, do you? Nothing hidden. There's a bone over there. More bones. Probably animal, hard to say. But that's about it. I don't see anything here. Completely empty. All right, let's take a couple of pictures and get out of here. All right, I think that's about it for the lost cabin here. Roof is almost caving in some spots. If you had the material, you could probably rebuild this into something, but it looks like here's part of the hillside here, and somebody just built a cabin in between two, opportunistic, but it's been here for a very long time. Obviously a long time. 50 to 100 years at least, probably even longer than that. 1800s would not surprise me at all. Windows are still intact and not broken. Piece of wood, not wood, but rock. Looks like, what's this? Is that a date? (3/3/11), 1811, 2011, 1711. I can't tell. Can you see that? It's an important clue. 5/3/11. I don't know, or 14. I don't know what it is. I can't tell. Anyway, this it's a weird tag or something. I'm trying to get a better picture of my camera, cell phone camera, but I can't really tell what that says. If you can. At any rate, let's get on out of here and continue the hike. Just show how tight squeeze it is. This underbrush here, now granted it doesn't rain very much here, but this underbrush here has grown since the cabin was built. So it shows you how old this thing is. Coming through here, and that's that. But yeah, it's almost perfectly hidden here. I mean, if you're not looking for it, you're not going to find it. There's no paint can and stuff. But yeah, you won't even find it if you're not looking for it. So I'm going to come down here, go around, see what those cans down there, go around the other side, see anything else up there. But unless it's an old hermit living here, somebody built this cabin for a reason. We're going to continue up the wash and then probably over and around and then back down, making a full loop and see what else is out here. All right, the backpack's back on, and we're going to walk around and see what else we can find out here. I was not expecting to find that old cabin. That's weird. I would have loved it. There be something in there. Artifacts or something. Got some cans here. Old cans. Whoever's in the cabin might have been dumping their trash here. Lots of old cans. See that down there? Some baling wire or something. That might have been some materials to help build the cabin. Some more rusted stuff down there. Wooden timber. I wonder if there's a mine further up here. I don't know. I'm going to go up just a little bit to see. There could be. This rock here looks like loose dirt, but it actually looks like it's concrete is what it is, but I'm sure it's natural. Thing is, wherever you see timbers like that, there's usually a mine close by. So I'm going to come up this wash just a little bit and see if there is a mine around here, because there's not much point of building a cabin if there's no reason to be out here. But it's weird that it's right here, because typically you won't build a cabin in a wash like this, because water be flowing out here occasionally a few times a year. All right. Here's the other side of it right there. We've come up from the cabin a little bit. I'm not seeing anything else here, nor do I see any methods to get anything up there. It's just too rugged. So I doubt there's a mine up there. It's just water flows down here. I don't see any way for it to get there. But there could be something in the area. And I'll tell you what, folks, I was not expecting to find this at all. Hidden cabin in the middle of nowhere. Amazing. Now, that little tag that says 11 for the year, is it 1811, 1911, or 2011? Probably 1911, I'm guessing. Hard to say. At any rate, some of this wood and material around here, I don't see anything else, no artifacts or anything. So a cabin is the Holy Grail, but the actual Holy Grail out here is to find a cabin, intact cabin with artifacts in there. You know, maps, drawings, gold, old firearms, something. Now, if I did find something like that, obviously it'd be illegal for me to keep as much as I'd want to, but I would probably give it to a museum and just ensure the proper credit is given to me for finding it. But that'd be kind of cool, because history should be enjoyed by all. And for those of you asking for a location for the cabin, I cannot give that out. For one, it's extremely difficult to get here. It is a long drive. It is a long hike. And for those that do come out here, probably the most dedicated. But just regardless, I'm not going to give it up, because the more people know about these historical artifacts, the less safe they are. All right. Old cabin. Looks like an old bone there or something. Old cabin. Unexpected. Just looking around for anything else. Like look, that was a burrow or a cave or something in there. It's not really a cave, just area between the rocks. All right. We saw clues, we followed the clues, and we found the prize. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. On the clock, 1.83 miles, 11:37. Not quite lunchtime yet. Here's a piece of porcelain. No markings on it or anything. Now, if there was like a porcelain plate or a cup or something, I might keep that as a souvenir, or even bring it to the Clark County Museum. But something like this, and here's the rest of it. I don't want to cut myself. If it was a plate with markings on it, that might be worth keeping. But look at that, that's artifacts right there. More than likely, I'll haul it out here on horseback. All right, I don't see anything else. Somebody may have took a plate and dropped it or something. I don't know, I can't tell. But it's got no markings on it. Wouldn't that be a hoot if we found something with markings on it? Even a date. Okay. We shall continue up the wash. And I think, see those birds fly off? I think we scared them this time. I'm gonna continue up the wash and then probably up over the hill and down the other side. Almost look like a cave up there. The trail end point, I'm gonna check GPS. I think it's up a little further, and that's where we're going. Carefully looking around, any evidence of civilization. If we weren't looking for debris in the wash, we would not have found that cabin. I just got lucky seeing the wood on top, and we found that cabin. So I'm looking around. There could be a mine out here, and more than likely that cabin is related to some sort of mining activity. And you'll see a tailings pile or something, and it would be very easy to miss. And I'm wondering if that area right there is maybe part of a mine. I don't think so. I don't see any tailings around there. Well, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't think so. I don't want to walk through this little wash and back up over there because it doesn't really look like a mine. It's hard to say. But with a cabin there, it is very possible there could be a mine around here somewhere. So that's why I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I just want to look at everything really carefully. And usually the cabin like that is close to a mine. And that's why that place right there would be a good location for it. You know, I am going to go over there, screw it. Just because you never know. Yeah, it's really hard to say. I'm going to go over there, see if there's a dig or something over there. Because, you know, people try to do the things the easy way. So if there's a cabin to be built, people usually build it near where they're working because they don't want to have to drive far. And it's hard to tell. All these little stones could be a part of a dig or something. Maybe that bush is covering up something. We'll find out. That's what we do. We explore. I don't see anything so far, do you? That was a dig here, but I guess not. These hikes are always hit and miss. Sometimes you find something, sometimes you don't. Could be a hole hidden under this bush. All right, I'm not seeing anything. Just a hidden cabin. And yeah, I mean, it could be, you know, a chest buried in there or something, you never know. Or you could search everything, there's absolutely nothing. Hard to say. Well, I don't see anything else in this general vicinity, so we're gonna continue on. down that valley up to the trail end and probably up and over. Looks like there might be some snow at the highest peaks of the mountain up there too. But here it's fine. The weather's absolutely perfect, probably mid 70s. Absolutely ideal for hiking. Great day today. Fruitful day today, thanks to sharp eyes. First part of the hike was a little bit dull, huh? And monotonous, that's how all hikes start out. Then once you kind of get in the highlands, things get interesting. So this is about 5 miles or so west of the point we were in the Legend Lost Truck video. So yeah, it's possible. I mean, it may have taken a while. Kenny could have walked to this point. But keep in mind, daylight savings time, getting colder at night. I don't think Kenny's doing no 20 miles in a day. But if he camped out here somewhere and did it in 2 days, then yeah, that's very doable. So yeah, that hideout there could very well be Kenny Veach's hideout. Or he could have, I think it's definitely predates Kenny Veach, but he could have hid out there, you never know. Looks like a path here, I'm guessing animal path. Animals typically follow the same path. I don't see people footprints. I can't tell if something up there. Well, keep on going. Keep an eye on this wash for any sort of debris that may have washed down. Oh, the spring. We found the spring. This is it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the spring. And now we know why the cabin is there. Because there's a water source. Okay. Lots of bees and stuff looking for moisture. But this is the spring, and I told you there was an animal trough here. I should have known these cattails, that there's some sort of aquatic or water area around. These cattails are a clue. So that's why there's a cabin here. There's a spring, a water source. And just today I was saying I was going to leave my life straw at home because screw it, there's never any water out here. Well, you know what? This is absolutely what you would use life straw for, and that's what a life straw looks like. But I do carry one in my backpack at all times, and if we find a spring like this, I would use it to drink water, and this water would definitely be life-saving. And the pipes come from here, here, and all the way up there. But we're going to keep going because that's where the trail goes. At least the point that I have mapped out. All right. What else do we have out here? A hubcap? Why is there a hubcap here? Is that a hubcap? Yeah, it looks like it. From a car? Hard to say. Something. I'm going to keep going. Mission accomplished. We did find the spring and bonus, the cabin. But the area I mapped out for the trail end is further up here. So it makes me wonder if there's something else up here. Where there's a spring and there's a cabin, there could be more. And that's what we're looking for. Okay, trail line I mapped out is somewhere around here. I checked GPS. But one thing for sure, this can did not wash downstream from the cabin. Can't even see what it says on there, but it's almost detached. It's a pull tab. That didn't come from the cabin, that's for damn sure. Which means there's still activity out here somewhere. We'll just have to keep our eyes peeled. Because where there's garbage, there's people. And where there's people, there's artifacts. Let me check GPS. Somewhere in this area, trail end, where I had mapped out. So there could be something here, hard to say. Thought it might be up there, but the point I have on GPS is this way. And like I said, I keep repeating myself because people ask the same questions. And all it is the trail end. It's an old trail that I saw on one of the layers of Gaia GPS. And it dead ends up here. So just wonder if there's anything up there. And I saw that pull tab can. Leads me to believe there could be there could be something up here, or somebody was up here for some reason. And it could be nothing more than a hiker back in the, in the 60s or something. But we are an explorer. We want to leave no stone unturned. And we're going to come up a little bit more and see if we find anything up here. Another cabin, artifact, something. Because many of these washes are washes because they were once a road. Just like in Joe May Canyon. Well, so far I'm not seeing anything, are you? Keep going, a little bit further. Get over here. I like to stick in the wash, it looks like kind of a flat area up here. Nothing. All right. Not seeing anything. I'm seeing something. There's a can with a lid on it. What's it say? Full weight royal baking powder. Let me put the camera down. Punch the glove, try to get that lid off. See what was in. All right, you wanted to see what was in there just as bad as I did, so here it is. Okay, here it is. Nothing. Well, what if it was full of money or something? You never know. I mean, I shook it, just a little bit of rust, so sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But that's it. Just an old rusted can. But where there's one piece of trash, there's more, so we're gonna keep going up a little bit more. Continuing up this little wash, seeing what artifacts or garbage or debris may have washed down here over the years. Found a few pieces that clearly were not part of the cabin. They washed down here, were dropped. So we're just coming up a little bit further to see if there's anything more. Because history, artifacts, anything related to Kenny Veach, that's what we're looking for. So far, nothing. Just a little further. I truly wish I brought the drone out here because I want to know if there's mines or caves up there that somebody could have been working at, and that's where this debris is flowing down from. One thing for sure, I'm gonna do a hell of a Google Earth recon when I get home. There's the winged demon, that old crow, circling up here, none too happy that we're in his territory, and that's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna check this area real good when I get home. I did before and I didn't see anything, but I wasn't expecting to see anything. Now I am. A spring, a cabin, old trash and debris. There's got to be more up here somewhere. There almost always is when you find clues like that. So far, I'm just not seeing it. The thing about exploring, it's really addicting. Just want to see what's around the next bend. Just a little bit more, a little bit more. Because you don't want to turn back and realize you're right on top of something, but you quit. Just looking around, not seeing anything. No, nothing up there. I'm not seeing anything up here either. I think this is going to be our stopping point. I'm going to check GPS and I think I'm going to call it. All right, the turnaround point that I have mapped out is pretty much right here. It's right up in this canyon area up there, so I don't see anything there. But I'm going to walk a little bit up there just to make sure it's not a mine or something up there. I don't see anything. I mean, I don't think this is tailings or anything, but it just looks like a canyon, small canyon. But yeah, this is, I mean, it's hard to say. It could be a mine, but I doubt it. You'd see tailings or something. But right here somewhere, this is the end of the trail that I saw. Now, this is the deepest part of the Sheep Range Mountains. This way, over these mountains, is the Sawmill Canyon area where we filmed the Legend Lost Truck videos. Less than 4 miles that way. So we are still pretty remote. I don't see anything else here compelling. I mean, there could be cans and artifacts all over these mountains. It's hard to say. You could have been dropped by a backpacker, a hiker 50, 100 years ago. Doesn't mean there's a settlement out here. It's all hit and miss. We did find the spring. We did find a bonus cabin. And I can't tell if there's anything up there, but I don't see any evidence that there is something up there. So I'm not going to hike up there. What I'm going to do is start making our way back. So right now, on the clock, 2.2 miles, 1,000-foot elevation gain, hiking for 2 hours so far. And it's 12, it's noon, but we had that Chex Mix, so I'm not super hungry. So I'm not going to bother eating lunch because downhill, it should be fairly straightforward to get back to the truck. And if we're lucky, take about an hour. It means around 1 p.m. And I think I can push lunch if we do that till maybe 2 till we get out of here. And just have a decent lunch instead of freeze-dried food. We'll save freeze-dried for another day. All right. Disappointing we didn't find any more, but this hike was not fruitless. We found the spring. We found an undocumented cabin and some trash old artifacts. I was going to climb over the hill and loop around and go out that way, but I don't see any real compelling reason to. The only reason I was going to do it if we didn't find the spring. I thought I might be on the other side of this hill. But, you know, you can climb over hills for the rest of your life out here and not see anything. I will say that far way out there, once you get to down in the very bottom of this valley, this first set of hills there, the other side of the hills, that's all military area. In fact, you can barely see. You can't see it, but I can. Might be interesting to come up here and try to see if I can. Maybe some structures of vehicles out there in the military area. But yeah, that's way out there. You don't want to get caught out there. Yeah, I can't tell. It's just a big dry lake out there. But I will say that in the military area way out there, if you're good on Google Earth, I won't tell you where it is, there's a complete city out there. It's a mock-up of a city with buildings, vehicles, a runway that is very obvious the military uses that for training. But it's a mock-up out there, and it's definitely a no man's land. Civilians cannot go out there, and it's too far to hike. But you can definitely see it easily on Google Earth. So if you're in have an inquiring mind, you'll find it. At any rate, we're going to continue our journey and try to get out of here safely. We've got about 2.5 miles to go back to the truck, so it looks like it's going to be a 5 miler today. 4 to 5 miler. Not a killer hike, but not an easy one either. Continue our journey here down this wash out of here the same way we came. Keep hearing what sound like voices. I'm sure it's not, but it just sounds like people talking just over the other side of the ridge. Almost like it's a ghost or something, but I'm sure it's animals or something. It's just your mind playing tricks on you. It's like you're walking, you hear your footsteps, and then you hear what you think is people talking just over the next hill. But that couldn't possibly be. Phantom footsteps, phantom voices. Sheep Range Mountains where Kenny Veach disappeared are full of mysteries. All right, back at the spring. Here's that hubcap thing. Don't know what it is or why it's here. And of course, here's the spring. Lots of animal trails, no doubt. Bighorn sheep, coyotes, all kind of animals come down here at night to drink, quench their thirst. And I'll tell you this, that cabin may be from the 1800s, but this PVC pipe is not. So whoever originally built this spring or maintained this spring, and you know who you are, knows about that cabin. That hidden cabin. All right. It's weird that that spring, those PVC pipes go somewhere. There's probably a hole further up there that they go into where the spring originates from, and that's what fills that trough. But that spring is one of many water points around here for animals. So those of you on the channel have commented, what are the bighorn sheep and animals out here? What do they drink if there's no water out there? Well, now you know. And see, there's a canyon where that cabin was, and you wouldn't even know it's there if you're not looking for it. Piece of metal over here we'll take a look at. Old roads on Google Maps and trash on a hike are the two clues that there's something in the area. It's like an old basin or something, a trough. Just dumped here. Yeah, there could be a mine around here. Well, I wasn't really looking for anything too heavily before. Like I said, when I get home, I'll scour Google Earth and see what else I can find. So if I do see something, I won't rule out a second hike out here. Otherwise, let's proceed on and get back to the truck as expeditiously as possible. There's another artifact found. What do you think this is? Upside down horseshoe? You know what it is yet? Olympia beer. Remember this? I remember old granddad drinking this stuff. Look at this. It's so old you need a church key to open it. If this can was in better condition, I'd keep it as a souvenir, because a beer can that you need like they call them a church key, but a can opener to open and drink is extremely old. This predates pull tab cans, so this is really old. Let's keep on going. So there's no trail marked on Guide GPS, but I'll tell you what, this area we're on right now does look like an old ancient road, or may have been at one time. I think we came in through the wash, but this right here, this could have been the road out here. It may be washed out in sections, but this section at least does look like a road. And I'm sure there was a road all the way out to the spring. It's probably how they got the material for that old cabin out there. Which makes me wonder, if there's a cabin, what else is out there? Open area here. Well, if it's a downhill incline, I'm going to keep on following it. Looks like some metal or something over here. More cans, fence poles. Metal fence posts, part of a tire. There's some fencing or something over here. You just never know what you're going to find out here deep in the Sheep Mountains. Cans, roll of fence, another roll of fence just left out here. Two biggest Easter eggs you can find are vehicles, intact vehicles especially, and structures like cabins or of course mines. But debris like this is also kind of cool because you never know what you're going to find. Historical artifacts. It's a piece of broken glass. I mean, yeah, people could have hiked out here, that's for sure. I mean, it's not an extreme hike or anything. But it's not a common hike because most people aren't crazy enough to come this far out. So we're just a bunch of stuff dumped right there. So if you were to live out here off the land, somebody even asked once if it's possible Kenny Veach could still be alive out here. 10 years ago, he disappeared. I've talked to some experts, and it's extremely unlikely. But it's not outside the realm of possibility that somebody could live out here and not be seen. I mean, somebody could live in that cabin or even deeper up in the mountains where it's inaccessible. Come to that spring, get their water, once or twice a day. Cover their tracks. There's building material out here. You could build yourself a little cabin, and there's been documented stories of people living in nature for 20, 30 years or more. So yeah, it's possible Kenny Veach could be doing it. I doubt it though. He didn't have that kind of knowledge. I don't think so, to live on the land, but yeah. Some people have done it before. It's not outside the realm of possibility. Just never know what you're going to stumble across coming out here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is part of an old road we're on. We came in the hard way. And if it's an old road, then it probably leads to the truck. Most of the time you can't see old roads just by walking up to them or driving up to them. Yeah, you could see them on satellite, but not really in person. What we're on is probably an old road, and we're in the wash now. And the wash is more than likely the old road as well. That's just where water was flowing and nature took it back. So that's where we're going. Downhill towards the truck. We parked the trailhead down there. And it's kind of iffy if we're going to be able to drive the whole way to the spring. But clearly we weren't because nature took the road back. So that's why I roamed with the trailhead. It looks like we were here before. I think that's our footprints. Unless we're being followed. But yeah, I'm guessing that's our footprints. At any rate, we're going to keep on following this wash. And it should lead us right on out of here. All right, everyone. I want to thank you for joining us in this adventure. That's the truck up there on the hill waiting for us. We made it back on the clock. 4.21 miles, so about 4.25 miles, 1,000-foot elevation gain, 3 hours, 17 minutes. Not a long, monstrous hike, but it was kind of tough in this wash of going uphill over rough terrain. And we did make it to the spring. That was our goal. and we unexpectedly found a hidden cabin out there, which was very much unexpected. Not really anything in there, but it's kind of a cool piece of history. Lots of artifacts out there as well. The cabin, I'm sure very few people know about it, so that's why I'm not going to give out the exact location. Some of you have asked for, you know, on a map of the place I've been. I don't post those simply because the more you post that, all it takes one person to go out there and damage some of this historical artifacts. It's really sad, but you know, if the situation's right, I may occasionally take folks out hiking. It's happened before, but at any rate, it's time to head back. Thank you for watching this adventure. Please subscribe, like, and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing the channel really helps out because it increases the popularity. More people can enjoy the videos, and when I grow the channel, then there's more chance of me making more videos for you. So please subscribe and hit like. Like increases the popularity and makes those rank higher in the YouTube search algorithm, so the more people can enjoy them. So you're not only helping me and the channel, you're helping others enjoy the videos. But that's it, folks. That's it for this adventure. I'm going to get back in the truck, be in the long trek back to Corn Creek Visitor Center, where we'll air up and head out of here. So for now, that's it for this adventure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the videos, please subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified when I post a new one. All of my videos are unscripted as they happen. I can't promise they'll be exciting, but I can promise they'll be 100% real. My name is Steve from Las Vegas, and these are my adventures. I am the damn Desert Janitor.